Hello, and welcome to the Firefly Grave, where today we're going to be taking on the final challenge of the Darkest Dungeon, entering week 49 for my little intrepid band of adventurers. Here's our lovely town, here's our band of adventurers, and after we do this quest I might give you a little tour of the town, but for now let's pretty much go straight to the action. As you can see, I've completed the ruins of the Weld. The only challenge left is the final boss of the Warrens, the Cove in the actual Darkest Dungeon, not being available yet because this is the early access version of the game. So the quest is, kill the Swine God. A madman gibbers of a beast so unspeakable and terrible that the swine folk have made it their lord. Perhaps it is only rumor and shadow, but this threat cannot be left to fester. So for this quest, we're going to be bringing along the legend highwayman Malbank, the legend Hellion Brebeuf, the legend Plague Doctor Louvet, and the legend Vestal Tormente. And it's possible that I butchered some of those names. At this point, I have basically unlimited money, especially since this is a final quest, but I am going to go with a fairly standard loadout in terms of my gear. 15 food. I've got one person who doesn't eat food, so it's only having an amount of food divisible by 3 makes sense. 5 meals per person should be plenty. 12 torches should be a good number. And even though treasure's not that important, I'm still going to be going with 3 shovels and 2 keys and 2 holy waters to maximize the amount of treasure we can get and to dig through any obstacles using the shovels. So this is a pretty strong loadout. More than likely a little more than I'll need, but let's listen to the... A village full of meat. Well, where would he get... Oh my god, he meant the villagers. Anywho, here's the map of the dungeon, and I found that with the previous bosses, the boss is always at the furthest point away from where you start at. So I would be very surprised if the boss was anywhere else but here, so I'm going to be making a direct beeline along this path. So 5 total rooms to deal with to get to the boss, assuming that's correct. So let's go. And first up, we've got a pile of bones. Generally, I find the highwayman is my default character for searching stuff like this. And pick up some loot, some gold and a jade. And right away we have our first challenge, and we've surprised them, which is good news. And a little new addition to the game, it indicates which characters have not yet acted this round, which is interesting. Okay, so first up is our healer. She doesn't really have anything to heal, and her best attack is the stunning attack, which is not effective against the large flesh eater who has a high stun resist. But it probably still just going to go with that, because it does have a chance to stun him, even though not much of one. And it does some damage. Next up, our Plague Doctor's best attack is the Blinding Gas, which is another stunning attack, and Flesh Eater's not very resistant to stunning, but so we'll just go with our straight sword attack and try and focus down the Flesh Eater. I miss. And our best attack, our Hellion, who's our biggest damage dealer, 15 damage to the tentacles, and Malbank, he starts in the front even though he's not as strong as the Hellion, because that means he can start battles off with point blank shot, which is one of the stronger attacks in the game. And so with our free round of actions, we were able to do most of the damage to the large flesh eater. Hopefully we get to kill it before it gets around. To increase the chances of that, we're going to go with Duelist Advance. Ah, and a crit. So killing that big monster before it gets an attack was a big deal. So now she's just going to go with another stunning attack, even though it's not especially effective. So these little monsters will get probably one round. Yep. Do a little bit of damage. A blight. Okay, she should be able to kill this one. No problem. If they take some damage. So since there's only one enemy left, I'm free to use some healing powers. So Louvet will heal herself of that blight. And quick shot to the face to end the battle. Some crests and busts. So important thing after every battle is to get the order of the party back right. I believe that this altar here is positively affected by holy water. Send in the cleric to do that. It had no effect, so maybe not. Let's use someone who's not damaged and not stressed. I don't remember what the sacrificial stones do. I was deeply disturbed. 50 stress! Well, that was not worth it. So scout off. Okay, so this looks to be the best route. There's a trap along the way, but we know about it, and we avoid a battle going to this room. Okay, pile of books. Well, we send someone that's not stressed in to do it. An unsettling passage, which appeared to have done nothing. Yeah, she already had those negative quirks. Anyway, torch up. Battle coming up. 2 bone militias and a flesh eater. 3 pretty weak monsters, which means, checking to see who's damaged, means she's free to heal herself. Alternately, I could stun one of the monsters because we're not. Yeah, she'll heal herself. 7 free healing. Bump in the night. One of the funnier attacks in the game. Shoot this guy in the face. A simple munch. And this guy hasn't acted yet, so if I can kill him, he won't get to act this round. Very solid. Because there's only one enemy left, even though it only heals 3, I am going to go ahead and use the battlefield medicine. And that should remove a little stress. Very good. Torch is fine. It isn't always critical to keep your torch in the radiant light zone, but one of my characters does, at least one of my characters has the light ring, which gains benefit from that. So I do like to keep my light high. Oh, she got bloodthirsty, which is actually technically not good, but not terrible either. Oh, and I walk right into the trap because I'm not paying attention. This commenting while you're playing a game can be difficult, even if the game has no timed element. Okay, so it is a battle ahead, nothing special to prepare, so just enter. And this looks like the toughest battle so far, meeting the actual swine folk. Oh, don't stress out my highwayman. Oh, lots of stress to start this battle, that's annoying. But he's only got one option, is to shoot the swine slayer in the face. And I think the meat hook has not yet acted, neither has he, but she has a good chance of killing the meat hook. He is He's fairly resistant to bleeding, so I will go with the attack that has the greater crit chance. Kill him straight up. Looks like my whole party is damaged, so I will go with one of the most powerful. Well, the other option is he's not resistant to the Swine Thunder is not resistant to stunning, but Divine Comfort is extremely powerful if you can heal all 4 members of your party, and since all my party members are damaged, I'll go ahead and do that. Ball and chain. Oh, that's annoying. So the next task is probably to just focus down the Swine Slayer and get these weaker members of the enemy up front. Oh, don't vomit on me. Well, the stress is annoying, but none of my players is getting too terribly stressed. Ah, crit! Oh, we're not about to break. See, 21. So the best bet is probably to try and get him down to 19 before his next turn. This adds 4 bleed, so that's probably... But he cannot be targeted by... Okay, yeah. So, pretty simple. So he's at... So, unfortunately... So, because he is down to 8, and he'll be taking 2 on his turn, I want to do 6 to him, which the Grape Shot Blast is not guaranteed to do 6, but is very likely. So I will go with it to deal damage all 3 of these guys at once, and I'll just miss them all, so it doesn't even matter. The Drums of Doom, only 6 stress. That's fine. So let's finish this guy off if we can. Good. So this battle didn't go wonderfully, but should get through it without too much damage on my party. Though, tons of stress, it looks like. Ouch. Alright, maximum healing. And of these 2, the worst is probably the Thunderer. And I've got these 3 people to act, and neither of them to act, so I know I can... I know I'll have 3 actions to try and kill him. So we will go with the sword. And the sword. Maybe I won't. No. Oh my goodness. Well, the this has been one of the worst runs I've actually ever had, but so far it's not getting too bad. And now, this is a little unlucky because the only option he has is to fire a point-blank shot at an enemy that has 6 hit points, which is fine. We don't want to end the battle quite yet, so we're gonna as much healing as we can. She's down 12. She is down 13, so we'll heal her. I'm unlikely to do 23 unless without a crit, and a crit would be good, so we'll make this attack. And get in the... She's down 1. So, okay. So, since she's down 1, everyone else is down at least 3. Using this would heal the party 10 total. This would heal 1 member of the party 7 to 8, so I will go with that. This should finish him off as long as I hit. Alright. So things have not been going great, but they've been going probably well enough. Now, is this going to reveal the boss? Yes, it is. That red skull is the indicator of where the Swine God is housed. Okay, so along this route we've got some item to pick up and a battle. So no traps. It's important to pay attention to this even when you're talking, and if you have to stop, that's fine. The volumes are unremarkable. And so battle's coming up. I've got enough light for that battle. Not a tough battle. The heaver is annoying, but we're just going to focus down the enemy in front. Generally, that's the best bet. He's only got 3 points left, so Plague Doctor can take care of him. So the Swine Heaver is especially weak against bleed, so I'm going to go with a bleeding attack against him. And he's got way less hit points than Swine Slayer, and all of my characters can pretty much attack him. So gives me that makes it academic if you just crit him on the first try. That crit would have actually been nicer on the Swine Slayer. For my party, down 3, down 9, and down 7. So I will go with the bigger individual heal on my most damaged character, even though I get a little more total healing from Divine Comfort. Since most of my characters are close to maximum, I'll go with healing the character who is rather damaged. The old ball and chain. And stunning is fine here because the battle's almost over. Get him back in front where he can do the point blank shot. She's not going to kill him, so I'll just go with the basic 3-point heal for my cleric. Oh, stop it. Well, at least she's already stunned, so she can't be stunned again. And in fact, she gets a turn right away, so she gets to heal herself. Shoot him right in the face. Pretty decent chance of killing him here. Okay, almost got all my slots filled to the point where I'll have to give stuff up, but not quite yet. So put the Highwayman back in front and get the rest of the way to this room. Scout this other little room. Okay, so on to the Swine God. Let's light another torch. One more battle. Oh, it's a ghoul. A ghoul and a heaver. Ah! Oh, she got hit twice by stress. Okay. So, no choice but to point blank shot the ghoul. It'd be good to kill the ghoul before he acts, but that's extremely unlikely. Alright, the ghoul is fairly stun resistant. It's 140 minus 95, so about a 50-50 shot of stunning the ghoul if I go with the attack. The other option would be for her to heal herself, or she could make the attack that heals her at the same time. That sounds like the best bet. Uh-oh. That's a stress attack, I'm sure. Yep. Ouch. 44 total stress from one attack. So we are focusing down the ghoul. He's pretty weak against bleed too. But since we're high on stress, I'll go with the high critting attack, and a crit could kill him in one shot if it works, but a simple hit is fine. He's at 26. I'm unlikely to set him up for death even with the bleed, but I will still. This would yeah, that's not effective. Miss is fine there. Ah! That's the second time he's done that. My party is getting seriously stressed out. Ah! Okay, alright. So, I guess she's the most damaged by a lot, so and I really want to kill this ghoul, so I will go with the attack that heals her. And he's at 19. Let's try and finish him off. Because this does the 4 bleed damage might make the difference in whether I kill him or not, so I will go with that. Okay. So he's technically alive, but he's at 1 hit point, so he's a dead ghoul walking. So I will attempt to stun the Swine Heaver, who is rather fairly weak against stun. In fact, very weak against stun. 70% chance to stun him if I hit, and just be a miss. Unfortunately, all the Highwayman can do, all Maul Bank can do, is shoot the poor, already dead ghoul in the face for a 48-point crit. Wow. Stop vomiting on my healer. My party is so stressed out right now. I'm unlikely to... Yeah, I'll go for the attack. I mean, there's a thought here for, especially since the boss is coming up, to delay and get my party healed more during this battle, but I think she's safe to attack him once. Alright, and the healer is going to get one action, so she's down a lot. But I'll go with the maximum total healing here. And he's at 5. If he gets another action, he's likely to stress one of my guys. And my guys are pretty high on stress. So I'll just kill him if I hit. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we are full of gear. So the easiest item slot to open up would be this slot with the 3 food. So we will have our cleric pig out and grab ourselves a sapphire, which is an extremely valuable gem. We're into the lower light category. Oh, I forgot to switch my party back up. Boxes usually are not dangerous, just stashed heirlooms. Okay, so now we've got 8 crests. I'm not yet ready to surrender any of my questing gear, because I'll probably keep questing after killing the Swine God, assuming he doesn't kill me. So I will go ahead and drop the Jade, because it's only worth 250 gold. Alright, so here it is, the battle with the Swine God. And he's a big boy. Okay, so from what I remember of this battle, the little guy indicates where the big guy goes, but a little guy, Wilbur is his name, sorry Wilbur, attacking him is an extremely bad idea. It gives the big villain free, powerful attacks from what I remember. So the strategy for this battle is pretty simple. Attack the Swine God with the highest damaging attacks you can. Point blank shot being chief among them. Okay, he is very resistant to stun, so she will go with the healing attack. And a crit, cool. As I said, he's resistant to stun, so once again, it's just the basic, most powerful. Oh, another crit. Well, this is going much better than those earlier battles. He is very weak against bleed, so I will go with the, well, yeah, we'll go with the bleeding attack. He's got so many hit points that I can actually accumulate a bunch of bleeds on him to get high. Ouch. But so he's down about a third of his health. So pretty good chance I can kill him in 3 or 4 rounds. And as the bleed accumulates, as you can see, now it's doing 6 damage to him a round. The bleeds stack and they reset the number of rounds total. So with from a highwayman, I want him back in front so he can do a point blank shot again. So it'll be a duelist's advance. And the danger, of course, is my people getting too low. So I will go with the larger heal, the Divine Grace, on my damaged character. And bleeding attack. It's awfully nice the way they clue you in on who's going to get attacked. Oh, there's cool. This battle is looking close to done. I did notice that in the first, you fight each version of the boss 3 times, and the Swine God was the easiest to beat the first 2 times as well. And it looks like it's going to be the easiest one on this 3rd try too. So in some ways this is an anticlimactic battle, but ouch, suddenly my highwayman's actually quite low. But as long as I get some attacks before him, I should be able to take him down. And he's going to be attacking my Plague Doctor anyway. So since everyone's damaged, and because the big bad guy is going to be attacking my Plague Doctor, I'm just going to go with the maximum heal. Let's see, he's at 35. He'll be taking 10 damage from that, so I need to get 25 damage in on him before his turn. Now he's at 19 and taking 14, so I only need to do another 5. Okay, so he'll die on his next turn. But I still don't want to attack Wilbur because that will still trigger a giant attack from him. So I will just go with the Battlefield Medicine, heal up my most damaged character. Rest in peace, Swine God. We hardly knew you. And now Wilbur's going to squeal at us. For not much damage, but for stunning. And I can completely alleviate the damage he did with the party heal. Okay, Wilbur. 30 hit points. Not too bad. Hey, they all resisted. Cool. Alright, Battlefield Medicine. Pretty simple. And yeah, she'll just heal everyone again. Aha! A bleed stone is useless. Surgical gloves. That looks pretty bad. So I want to make room for the emerald. Yeah, probably. But anyway, so that's the Swine God. That's the final challenge. I'll probably make a second video of just cleaning up this dungeon and taking a little tour of the town afterwards. But thank you for watching.